Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Town of Cutler Bay's Town Council meeting. Today's date is Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Mr. Clerk, if you could please take the roll.
Councilmember Ramirez,
Here.
Councilmember Lord,
Here.
Councilmember Duncan,
Here.
Vice Mayor Callahan,
Here.
Mayor Mearbot.
Present.
We have a quorum.
All right, if you could all please rise with me and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Mr. Clerk, if you could please read the directions for calling in.
Please be advised that when joining the meeting, you are automatically muted. Welcome to tonight's meeting. The public was able to make public comments prior to the meeting, either by leaving a voicemail message or sending an email to the town clerk. The town clerk's office did not receive any public comments for any of the items on tonight's agenda. If you wish to speak tonight, please press star 9 and the host will be alerted. Pressing star 9 is known as raising your hand. Once you press star 9, you will be placed in a queue to speak and will be called upon by your name or the last 3 digits of your telephone number. Please wait to be called upon. Please state your name and address. If you are a hired consultant or town employee and/or if you are engaged in lobbying activities and/or representing an organization, please provide that information before speaking. Please be sure to be in a quiet area to avoid unnecessary noise. A time limit of 3 minutes will be imposed for each speaker during public comments.
All right, thank you very much. All right, this time I'm going to open up the floor for public comments. Anybody wishing to come forward to speak at this time? There is none in the auditorium. Is there anybody in the queue?
No one in the queue.
All right, public comments is now closed. All right, we've all had submitted our town council board and committee reports. Is there any additions to this? No? Okay. Yes, sir. Councilman Duncan, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to let, for the record, be stated and for the public to know, we launched the education survey today. It went live. So if you are subscribed to any sort of Town of Cutler Bay newsletters, you'll get that via email. I'll be posting it online on social media as well. And I look forward to hopefully getting as many responses as we possibly can to help guide our town's educational future. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, Ralph, sir.
And Councilmember, you must have looked at my notes here because I was going to report that it was mailed out to over 6,500 residents as well, 6,500.
Good, good. All right, we've got a great committee there. Thank you very much for that. All right, speaking of education, today we have a proclamation. We're going to be recognizing Dr. Edward L. Wiggum Elementary Bolts Robotic Team. So if they are here, if they could come forward and if the council could join me down there, present this proclamation.
And Mayor and Council, as you're walking down the dais there, we have tonight, we have Rafael Villalobos, Deputy Superintendent, to present his team. So Rafael?
Good evening. It's always a pleasure to be here at the town of Cutler Bay and to be recognized for the amazing things that we're doing in our schools, and particularly in this school at Wiggum Elementary and the phenomenal work that they've been doing with the robotics program. So thank you very much. I'd like to turn it over to Ms. Guerra a second just to talk a little bit about the program and, their amazing work that they've done with robotics. Ms. Guerra?
Good evening, and thank you for having us tonight. We really appreciate your recognition for our hard work and dedication of our students and our teachers. I would like to introduce Ms. Godoy, who is our head coach for robotics, Ms. Samantha Steele, who is our assistant coach, Sophia Carpel and Francisco Escribiano. They were very hardworking last year. We really did not expect to go hog wild like we did. They took it on. The kids did an amazing job. They really self-taught. They really made it something that they wanted to do with the guidance of Ms. Godoy, who's had practice with robotics before. Ms. Steele was a newcomer to the stage, and as we got better and better, we just saw them blossoming and saw the program blossoming, and we are hoping to maintain that level of competition and maintain that level of expertise with our robotics program.
Thank you very much. We are very, very proud of, all of our schools in Cutler Bay are doing well, but something like this is so unique. It's nice to meet the people that will be putting me out of a job. But no, I know what robotics is going to be helping all of us in the future. So we're all really, really, really proud. So this proclamation, whereas in the town of Cutler Bay takes pride in being home to the Bolt robotics team from Dr. Edward L. Wiggum Elementary. And whereas we are overjoyed and proud of the exceptional skills, creativity, and teamwork this team has demonstrated in the field of robotics. And whereas their efforts throughout the robotics team journey earned them a place in the World Championship in Dallas, Texas. Pretty impressive. Whereas this remarkable accomplishment is a testament not only to the students' dedication and hard work, but also to the dedication and immeasurable support of their coaches, family, school staff, and community. And whereas the achievement of the Bolt robotics team is an inspiring example of the power of STEAM education on the town's children's interest, and whereas the town recognizes and celebrates the accomplishments of these young innovators for being part of the Robotics World Championship. And now therefore be resolved that I, Tim Mirabot, Mayor of the town of Cutler Bay, by virtue of the authority vested in me and on behalf of the town council and citizens of Cutler Bay, call upon the good people of the town of Cutler Bay to join me in honoring the wonderful legacy of our beloved Bolt robotics team, Dr. Edward L. Wiggum Elementary, to proclaim September 17th, 2025, Bolt Robotics Team Day. Congratulations. Yes, yes.
Yes, thank you.
All right, that takes us to our town manager's report. Ralph.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. And once again, congratulations to the folks from Wiggum Elementary. Tonight we have, as we normally do, Ms. Emma Jones from Stan Tech to provide us an update on our 16-acre Legacy Park and Municipal Complex. So we have a PowerPoint presentation and we'll have Emma virtually. So Emma.
Good evening, everybody. Emma Jones with Stan Tech, owner's rep for the town of Cutler Bay. This is our September 2025 report on the progress of phase 1 of this project. You can go to the next slide. So at this point, we have, back one. That's right. At this point, we have completed all of the soil export from the site. We ended up taking out 5,381 truckloads, so approximately 121,245 tons of soil that was contaminated. The soil import is 75% complete, with the team bringing in 6,805 truckloads, or 145,738 tons. The remainder of the soil will be imported at the beginning of next year. We are currently doing some more investigation as we are in process of putting in the underground utilities, and we do need to do some more soil testing, as we will be going down deeper than some of the original testing sites and into the groundwater. So we have a little bit more left to do, but to be fiscally responsible, we pressed pause on the import of the soil so that we can get all of that done before bringing the remainder of it in. If you want to go to the next slide. Here are some progress photos. As you can see, top left, it all, pretty much done. And then you see the bottom right, we really have, the site is very clear. All of the soils, obviously apart from the last little bit, have been imported and compacted, and the site's looking nice and clean, and we're really excited about the next phase of the project. Next slide, please. The project timeline, it has shifted slightly. As I said, we are going to be completing the remainder of phase 1 in January and February of next year. Next slide, please. And so in terms of next steps, as I mentioned before, we have a little bit of additional soil and groundwater testing for phase 1, and this is per DERM, and it's in relation to the proposed underground utility and irrigation well locations. And once we have that final determination, we will then finalize the phase 1, which will be at the beginning of 2026, so January and February of 2026. Phase 2, all of the design documents have been submitted for permit and are currently under review. We have a handful of comments back, but are awaiting all of the comments. And then we will have Saltz Michelson update the drawings accordingly. And in parallel with this, we are doing a final departmental operational review just to verify that the actual the plans and the layout are exactly what is needed and flow as each department requests. And then again, in parallel with both of these items, Kaufman Lynn, who is the selected contractor, they are proceeding with the bidding and pricing of the design, and there's ongoing value engineering and budget adherence throughout this whole process. So that is the update, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
All right, thank you very much. Looks great in the pictures. Any questions from the council?
I just have a comment.
All right, Councilman Lord, you're recognized.
Hi, Emma. Thank you for the update. I have a comment, not so much a question. I happened to drive by the site the other day. I was going to a friend's house, and I was amazed at how clean the area is and the site is. I was pleased. So the pictures that you provide show exactly what you would see if you drive by it. So you guys are doing a great job with that. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anything else? Yes, Councilman Duncan, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Two quick questions, Emma. The first being with the moving of the finishing of the soil replacement to early next year, is that going to have any sort of an impact negatively on our overall timing, moving between phase 1, phase 2 and moving forward?
No, it is not. So the area of the site that we have held off on bringing the final import in is the area where we are going to have to dig down for some more testing. So we did not want to risk the potential contamination of those soils, as we had to go deeper in a couple areas for the drainage as well as the irrigation wells. Okay, perfect. And then just quickly, what's the tentative, completion date for phase 2? Where are we looking at once we can finally get towards having everything bid out and completed and finalized so that we can look forward to actually, breaking ground and moving forward? So we will be 20 months of construction for phase 2. And we are going to try to move forward with the utilities before the end of the year. That's our goal, is to get sort of underground all the stuff that you don't see but has to be done. And as I said, once we get this final sort of go ahead regarding the location of our stormwater drainage as well as our irrigation wells, we should be, firing on all cylinders again and ready to go.
Thank you.
And if I can add, also just to add on what Emma mentioned, we're also going to be having an outreach effort with all the local contractors for all the underground utilities, as Emma mentioned. We want to make sure that we have all of our local contractors be able to bid on all the underground utilities. So that's something you're going to see here shortly. Once we get all the permits from Miami-Dade County Durham, we'll have almost like what we did, if you recall, when we did the ARPA job fair. We're going to, in this very same room, we'll call all of the vendors, local vendors, so that way they have an opportunity to go through the bidding process through Kaufman Inlet. So we want to make sure that we keep those funds local.
Okay, great. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Emma. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Emma. Next, Mayor, Members Council, we have our monthly update on Frangio roadway improvements. We have Stefano Viola virtually from Kimberly Horn. And then after that, we have Janet Delgado, the communications manager for Kimberly Horn, here in person as well. So Stefano?
Good evening. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
All
Yes, we
right.
can.
Yes.
Perfect. And then I am sharing my screen to show the updated boards. Are those visible there?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Okay. Good evening, council members, mayor, council members. This is our September 2025 update for the Frangio Road improvement projects. Shortly here, Janet will come up to give you the public information update. But as we jump into construction activities, we continue to hold our bi-weekly meetings with the contractor, ourselves, the CEI, and the town. And currently, work zone 1 and 2, you can see on the screen, Acosta has completed the work. All of the work in that work zone 1, and it's open to the public. A few tree relocations are going to occur. There's some sightline items that we've identified, and they're going to be corrected. So that is one item that is going to be corrected in work zone 1 and 2. And then in work zone 3, Acosta continues to work there, which runs along Frangio Road from 96th Avenue to Caribbean Boulevard. The town, Acosta, and Kimberly Horn continue to monitor the work zone to ensure proper MOT is in place. And currently, Acosta is working on concrete installation along with earthwork, grading, and stabilization efforts. Additionally, in work zone 4, Acosta has been working there, which runs along Frangio Road from Caribbean Boulevard to 92nd Avenue. And currently, they're installing drainage all along the south of Caribbean Boulevard. And at all times, we're focusing on MOT and keeping a clean site safe for residents. So now I'll turn it over to Janet real quick.
Mr. Mayor and members of the council, over the past 2 months, I've continued engaging with residents in phases 3 and 4, keeping them informed about the Frangio Road construction. Distributed the updated MOT pattern to residents to ensure clear understanding of traffic changes. I am pleased to report that there has been no impact on the surrounding schools during this period. So when school started, everything went practically smooth. One thing is the frequent raining conditions have created challenges such as slush, puddling, and difficulty for residents accessing their driveways. But in every case, we have worked to find practical solutions to help mitigate these issues and support residents. So we had a couple of residents reach out to us because of that. That's about it. Does anybody have any questions?
Councilman Duncan, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I do just have one quick question, and it's about the timeline for work zone 3.
I can answer that. I'll bring the
No,
screen
my
back
main
up.
question, if I may, it's slated at the moment to be completed end of September, which is 13 days from now. And I mean, I'm on Frangio, and I see, I see the progress day in and day out, and that's a real long task to get done in 13 days.
Yeah, no. No, it's not going to happen in 13 days. We've had practically 3 weeks of rain on a daily basis, and that doesn't help with the progress. We have asked Acosta for a deadline for phase 3. And they came up with about a month to a month and a half from our latest meeting, which was last week. Okay, so I'll keep you updated. Thank you. Any other questions? No?
Well, one last thing I'll touch on is the schedule, which I have on the screen. I mean, the current project duration is from July to 2024 to September 2026. Currently, Acosta has only requested 3 rain days, so we've added that to the contract. But as Janet mentioned, they are working to kind of progress work zone 3, which is why they've kind of moved into 3 and 4 as like a modified MOT, and they're kind of tackling both to kind of continue that schedule forward and stay on schedule.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yes, Mayor, a couple more brief announcements. One, we this past Saturday, we held our 17th annual Cutler Bay Golf Tournament, and I'm proud to announce that we raised a record amount of $17,535 towards that foundation. So I want to certainly, thank our park staff, our corporate sponsors, Commissioner Cohen Higgins. And again, this money will be deposited into our community fund that will then be distributed to nonprofits that serve our residents. Also, busy weekend coming up. This upcoming Saturday at Town Hall, we're hosting the Business Resource Expo in collaboration with South Dade Chamber of Commerce. So that's going to be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then same day, different time, we're going to be at the 20th annual Coastal Cleanup. We're going to be at the intersection of Southwest 87th Avenue and Southwest 212th Street. We have over 100 registered volunteers already and more coming. So that's going to be a great event. It was a great success last year with both the Cutler Bay Middle and Cutler Bay High Coast Academies. On Saturday, September the 25th at Cutler Ridge Park from 6 to 10, we're going to have our Hispanic Heritage Celebration. So again, that'll be September 27th from 6 to 10. Also, we're collaborating with the Chief Financial Officer of the state of Florida. We are hosting a unclaimed property, which means dollars, here at the town of Cutler Bay on Tuesday, October 21st. There are over $8.8 million that have been unclaimed in the zip codes of 33157, 33189, and 33190. So as it gets closer, we've been working closely with the Chief Financial Officer for the state. We're putting out the flyer with a link to their website, but as it gets closer, it's going to be one of those, like, if your name's on the list, you're owed money. So we're collaborating with the Cutler Bay Senior High as well to provide us some volunteers. The Saga Bay Park parking and landscaping improvement continues. We have completed this first phase, which is an installation of 34 parallel parking spaces. And as of 2 days ago, we are finalizing the landscape beautification along Southwest 79th Court as well. Lastly, on September the 5th, I know that I sent to the council, we took one of a major step for our Coastal Ridge Preserve Park, where we are in the process of moving that entire site, the entire park, from the Miami-Dade County Environmentally Endangered Land B list to the A list. What's that mean? That if we are able to sell the property to Miami-Dade County EEL, if you're on the A list, you get 100% of the value. If you're on the B list, you get 50. So both the mayor and I went before the last committee. There was a couple Fridays ago in the Pinecrest Library. The last committee was impressed with our presentation, and they unanimously moved our property from the B list to the A list. What are the next steps? I've been in constant communication with the director there. The next steps is that Miami-Dade County EEL staff will prepare an item before the Board of County Commissioners, and we'll follow through. Then when that list is then adopted, we will then start finalizing our negotiations for the potential sale of 2 acres that'll provide a footprint for the flowway canal that's been envisioned there for years. Lastly, there's going to be an item that we're going to discuss on September 25th. We have another council meeting, on Thursday for the budget hearing. If you recall, we adopted an ordinance to tighten the restrictions on our floodplain management restrictions for items that you could build and can't build on our AE flood zones. One of the items that we did, and inadvertently we didn't know, is just a consequence of it, was we prohibited the storage of hazardous materials. Well, hazardous materials, the way it's defined with FEMA, also includes LP gas. LP gas, it's what's used for folks to have emergency generators in their house and or appliances in their house. So we saw the glitch, we're fixing the glitch. I know there's some residents, we actually have in our building permit queue right now that there's like 5 or 6 folks, and we certainly want to go ahead and fix that. We want to have people be self-dependent after a storm. So that's something that you're going to see a staff-initiated ordinance for that as well. And lastly, September 25th is our council meeting, but we also have our second and final budget hearing. It's at 6 p.m. here at Town Hall. And Mayor, that completes my report.
All right, thank you very much. That takes us to the town attorney report. Mitch, do you have anything, sir?
I don't have anything to report at this time.
Thank you. Takes us to the town clerk's report. Mauricio, sir?
No report this evening.
Takes us to consent agenda. Any items to pull? If not, looking for a motion to move forward.
So moved.
We have a motion. Looking for a second.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Carries. All right, now opening the floor up to public comments. Anybody wishing to speak publicly, please come forward. There is nobody in the auditorium. Anybody in the queue?
No one in the queue.
All right, the comments is now closed. That takes us to item 10A.
An ordinance of the mayor and the town council of the town of Cutler Bay, Florida, amending section 3-142 parking specifications and section 3-144 minimum parking ratios of chapter 3 of the town code of ordinances relating to golf cart parking standards and minimum parking ratio calculations, providing for severability, providing for conflicts, providing for codification, and providing for an effective date.
All right, thank you very much. As you know, this was my item. We are a golf cart friendly community and can quickly see how it's becoming a staple part of people's lives. The parking lot requirements with golf carts is obviously less. And I just was looking at, we are not the only city to be doing that. We're joining cities such as my city of Miami, Orlando, Tampa, St. Pete, Gainesville, and Sarasota, among others, who have changed their parking requirements to facilitate, easy for me to say, the changing world that we live in. So if there are any questions, comments, Ralph, sir?
And Mayor, also, this item was advertised in the Miami Herald on Sunday, September the 7th for public hearing.
Okay. All right. Oh, public hearing is now open on this item. Anybody wish to speak on this item, please come forward. There is nobody in the auditorium. Anybody in the queue?
No one in the queue.
Nobody in the queue. Public hearing is now closed. Council, if there's any more comments or questions, you're looking for a motion.
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilman Ramirez, looking for a second.
I second.
Second by Councilman Lord. Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Lord,
Yes.
Councilmember Duncan,
Yes.
Councilmember Ramirez,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Callahan,
Yes.
Mayor Mirabot.
Yes.
Motion passes.
That take care of all of our work that we have to do today. A lot of meetings this month, but that's been a lot of work. So again, congratulations to Wiggum and on all the fine staff there, and to the parents that helped inspire them and guide them and show them the support. So thank you for that. All part of making Cutler Bay one of the best communities in all of South Florida. Anything else, council?